Hi guys, my name is Akshan.
And I'm Abhi.
So Abhi, what are we going to do in this video?
Well, we're going to talk about one of the most classical civilizations in India, the Gupta Empire.
So what was the Gupta Empire?
Well, it originated in India in about 320 Common Era.
Speaking of the Gupta Empire, who were its rulers?
Well, the leaders consisted of Chandragupta Maurya, Aditya, and Ashoka.
Wait, who's that Ashoka guy?
Well, Ashoka was basically Chandragupta's grandson, and after his grandson died, he became the ruler of Gupta Empire.
Wait, who's that grandfather? Chandragupta, you said.
So basically, he was a powerful leader. He gained control of small parts of Manga, and after that, he became the founder of the Mauryan Empire.
So now that we've talked about the rulers, how did the empire first start off and develop?
Well, with small kingdoms, and each of those small kingdoms were ruled by auxiliary leaders.
Wait, so they started off small?
Yeah, well, any empire really starts off small and builds their way up.
So how was their military and relationship with other empires?
Well, they basically conquered any other empires within the Indian Peninsula, but as long as nobody was trying to attack them, they were practically cool.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, well, basically, there was peace between the Gupta Empire and the Persian Empire. They traded, it benefited really both civilizations.
What kind of tools did the empire invent?
Well, they made axes and basically any other tools that could be made of iron.
Let's go back to when Patiala laid laws for the government. What was the government built off of?
Basically, both Mauryan and Gupta civilizations, they were the first to create centralized states. And that really influenced Indian politics a lot. And they also had a book. It was called the Article Shastra. And that was basically used to create laws and govern those individualized states. Okay, so I think that's it for today, and we'll actually continue our next part. Stay tuned.
All right, part 2.
Alright, so we have a little bit of a role reversal right now. I'll be asking the questions, and he'll be giving me the answers.
Okay, so what was the social infrastructure like in the Guptan Empire?
Good question, Abhi. Well, in Guptan societies, males had more power than females.
And why was that?
Well, the reason for this is because males had to choose who their daughters would marry and could force them to marry at an early age.
Alright, and what religions did they have in the Guptan Empire?
So, two predominant religions within the Gupta Empire was the Buddhist and Hindu beliefs.
And did they follow the Four Noble Paths?
Yes, they did indeed follow the Four Noble Paths in Buddhism.
And what was their labor system like?
Well, they followed the caste system, which was divided into 4 main parts: the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vishyas, and the Shudras.
And what are all those? What does that mean?
Well, the Brahmins were like the priests in the society. The Kshatriyas were the warriors and the aristocrats. The Vishyas were like the workers and merchants, and the Shudras were considered society's untouchables.
So did they have trade within the Guptan Empire?
Yes, they did in fact use trade routes.
And how did they use those?
So 3 dominant things were traded within and outside of the empire. And these 3 things were wool, cotton, and silk. And as well as, in addition to that, the trade routes were also used by Chinese monks to help spread certain beliefs, such as Buddhism.
With an empire this big, it's kind of hard to imagine how it would fall. Why did that happen?
So, during the 5th century CE, the Guptan Empire was raided and conquered by the Huns. At first, they had conquered the northern part, and eventually they took over the western part, completely immobilizing the entire empire.
So were there any major impacts that the civilization made?
Right, so before we go, there were 3 main impacts made, and this was the idea of pi, and the symbol of 0 used as the placeholder for 0, and the fact that the earth was all spherical. These ideas and influences were all based in the Gupta Empire during 320 to 500 CE.
Alright, well, I think that covers it today for our nightly news.
Yeah, I think so too. See you guys later.